did not know it could happen. You have been warned. That's very tragic.
That's so sad.
Before the allergy, did you ever get to have grilled pineapple with cinnamon and brown sugar?
No.
Oh no!
Sorry.
It's not
It's
good.
disgusting.
They're not good.
No, you did this already.
No, don't worry about it. Nobody even likes it.
It's gross.
Both.
Womp.
Both. Sorry. I'm so
You're
sorry.
okay. You're good. You're good.
Both my father and my brother love pineapple on pizza, and I'm indifferent. I don't care what people eat. You can eat whatever you want. I probably won't order it. I'm more of a pepperoni guy, so yeah.
The tolerant left.
Thank you. Great question. Thank you.
Boy, these hard-hitting questions. Oh boy.
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering, because you've all been voice acting for a decent amount of time. I don't know how to put
You're old.
What was one of the roles that was like the most freeing and helped you really understand just how empowering it is to be a voice actor and like pushed you and helped you grow a lot and brought you like a bunch of joy after you finished it and you were like happy with the product?
First of all, I love your shorts chain situation.
Thank you.
Very cute.
Thank you.
I think it actually was a role that I can't talk about yet. It's so frustrating. But hopefully they were like, end of this year. They're like, just kidding. Next year. I'm like, okay. So very annoying. But once that comes out, again, it had been a second since I voice acted 2021. I kind of got back into it for real. This project recorded mainly 2022-ish, a little bit at the beginning last year, and the sessions were just really long, and I had to really, I don't know, I was very hyper aware of like the fact that what I was recording could be like the one take that they decided to use, so I tried to make every single thing that came out of my mouth good, which is a lot of pressure if you're doing that for 4 hours straight. So it was just a very interesting trial of like placement and just like inflection that was really, really tough. And I'm sorry that I have to be so vague, but it was just a very big project with lots of sessions, and it really forced me to pay attention to my consistency of character and my consistency of delivery, which I hadn't really had before, because Avatar was very cool, but Toph was kind of just me. I got to just roll in and be like, what's up? You suck. I'm blind. Like that was, so it was great, but it was easy in a sense too, because it was so well written, and I just got to be a 12-year-old girl who was sassy. That was awesome. But I didn't have like 4-hour sessions where I had to make sure my voice stayed the same and that like, so this hopefully next year, circle back around and then you can know who I'm talking about, haha. But yeah, that was really hard.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Okay. No worries. I voice the female psycho in Borderlands 3. For any of you who played that, which is just me, thank you so much, screaming my friggin' lungs out. Every line, like normally it's like you're doing some that are screaming, every single line screamed out of 10. The director was very kind, they took very good care of me, so I only had to do an hour session, but we would hit 75 to like 120 lines per session. And the thing about the female psycho is she's psycho, and she's crazy. And when you're crazy, and like the lines specifically, if you ever played a Borderlands game, the psycho lines are just nonsense. Like total nonsense. But to somebody who is insane, they make sense. So you're coming up with an intention. So every single line that we did was my first take, because it was all screaming that they kept, unless I mispronounced something or said something that was not there, which happens sometimes, like chicken feet, and sometimes chicken feet just sneaks in there. So it was all screaming, and I really and even though I had a wonderful director who was like, yes, advocate for yourself, I was still like, this was like, not like super early on in my career, but it was one of my first really big AAA game situations where I was like, I just want to do so well that I pushed myself to where I would do a session and then I would lose my voice for almost a week after each session because I had just gone too far. And then I was like, okay, and again, it was my own fault because I was trying to push myself. I'm much better now, but the first time I ever went to Japan, which I was so happy I got to go, it was with a friend for a work trip. But when we came back, I was so nervous about like pushing my session for this game that I did it the morning I came back, and then I flew to a VO conference the next day, and I lost my voice during the conference after I paid for a really important workshop I was really excited to do and everything, and just wrecked me for weeks. And it was the first time I'd ever seen a panel on vocal health, so I was sitting there in the audience with my voice all butchered, and I was like, am I ever going to speak again? So like really scary stuff. So I take much better care of myself now. I will be upfront. I will take breaks. I've got like my teas. I've got my the Nim Jom. I just chug my Nim Jom every take, and I'm very realistic. Be like, hey, I can do this, or if like you're having me like do additional bits, but they also you'll be like, hey, just so you know, if we're yelling for this, I'm not gonna be able to do as many because we're yelling over here. And I love to yell and scream though, but that was a really like transformative experience for me. It was like, no, I have to take care of myself, but I can still perform at that level. I just have to be good about it. And it was my own fault, but yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, but really, really fun. If you're just curious and you don't want to play Borderlands, you can go to YouTube and you can find all the Psycho lines. It's just me screaming my butt off.
I also have a role that I can't really talk about because of NDAs. I've mentioned it several times now, I feel like, during this weekend. By that virtue, I've probably already broken the NDA. But it's a character type that I've never really done before, so it's been a new challenge. And it was one of those things that it's like, I've always wanted to be a character like this. And it's one of these long form projects that I've been recording for several weeks. And it's every single line, it just slid perfectly into place for me. And I just got into this like zone where it's like in The Matrix where Neo becomes the one and he's just like blocking the dude with like one hand. It felt like that. And I think I made that reference in the booth. I was like, hey director, have you seen The Matrix? It's like that scene where, yeah. So, it's something that like after every session I would go outside and like take a deep breath and be like, God, I love my job so much. And like I drive home like, yeah, and then that would end immediately because it's LA and they drive terribly, so I would almost die. So it's just, it's being able to play characters that you've always wanted to like play, or like a character type that you really vibe with, like that's the kind of stuff that makes like this job special in my opinion, and like what makes it like, God, it really lights the fire inside you. It makes your soul light up. So yeah, look forward to news on it later, I guess, next year.
And if you guys come to closing ceremonies today, like I don't really know if I have.
I know I'll never be the same. Shook my world so hard again. Wish I washed away my sins. He's a dead man walking, blank stare in his eyes. Should have given up on the ones I trust. Never should have been surprised when they shot him down. Cold blood to the ground.